So I had a customer send in these black walnut Vaughn Craft shells. This is intended to be a 16-inch floor tom, and these must be, I don't know, 15 years old at least. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish them out for our customer. Should work out pretty good. Relatively the same thickness that I typically start with. This is just actually a little thinner. These are around 7/16. So the tolerances are going to be a little tighter. I'm going to have not much play in them to get my circles just right inside and outside, but should be able to do it. Stick along for the ride, guys. We'll see what we can make of them. And we just got the black walnut floor tom off the mill. Didn't turn out too bad, actually. We were able to get the book match as close as we could on these two boards, and didn't turn out bad, guys. Got a really good grain pattern to it, some nice red hues to it. Good looking piece of walnut. This is 2 pieces of walnut, book matched and jointed in the middle. As you saw in the previous segment of the video, there's actually internal dowels in this drum shell around every 2.5 to 3 inches. This is doweled internally, and some might ask, why wouldn't you just use a lap joint? I have used a lap joint. The drawbacks of a lap joint is, one, you got to deduct the depth of your lap joint from your overall depth of the drum shell. So this walnut already is difficult to find in these 8-inch widths. It's not exactly easy to find these pieces of wood anymore, especially walnut. And being as we don't lap that center seam, we interior dowel them, we're able to get the full depth out of this. So we got the full 16 inches our customer wanted, even though these drum shells came to us about 8.25 inches to begin with. So even if we were able to do that, it would have been a 1/4 inch lap joint. Not very strong, not a lot of material there. And another thing is, whenever you can add grain to the joint that runs perpendicular to the grain, that's a stronger joint. Just like a biscuit joint, just like some traditional, Japanese joinery you see, where you're going to add perpendicular opposing grain, because if this is going to crack, it's going to be along these grain lines. And if we added an interior lap joint here, it could still crack along the grain lines. It would just have to do it through the lap joint, which wood cracks with the grain, so it's completely possible. But when you add perpendicular grain internally, from my observations, that's a much more solid joint, and we don't have to lose the depth that the lap joint would require. The only issue I have about this, and I was wondering how these scarf joints would turn out, is this scarf got a little wonky. This wasn't quite sanded out right when they did glue it up. So I did the best I could with that, but it's just what you're gonna get. That's scarf joints. Every time you shape one out, it's like Christmas morning. You get to see how good you actually did on the sand up. So overall, guys, thanks for checking this out. Not a bad shell here. These 2 Vaughn Craft shells, really old, but they ended up making a good drum, and I think our customer will be pretty happy. So talk to you guys later.